the 1600s. First the Dutch came here, then the British. The Dutch built their first fort here in this area called Fort Amsterdam in the early 1600s. What's all this construction we see, guys? Well, almost 12 years ago, in the fall of 2012, we had a horrific hurricane here called Superstorm Sandy, which caused billions of dollars of damage to the coastlines of New York, New Jersey, Long Island, and Queens. So they're trying to build up the coastline here. Damage from another superstorm. Will it work? I don't know. You have to try though. But what I do know, friends, is around the world we do have something known as climate change, which is causing water levels to rise all over the place. Islands to sink. Manhattan is an island, and it is sinking, guys. Don't worry, you don't have to worry about it. You won't be alive. It is sinking little by little. So hopefully, but we gotta do something, but hopefully it won't work. Alright, don't wait to depress you guys. So that's what this construction is. The East River is ahead of us, on the left, and across the East River is the borough of Brooklyn, our most populous borough, 2.7 million people. There's a ferry in front of us, guys, a big orange ferry. It's leaving now. You'll be able to see it to the right as it passes. What I'm talking about is the Staten Island ferry, a big orange ferry, the commuter ferry to the borough of Staten Island, 5 miles across New York Harbor, a 25-minute ferry ride. And does anybody here know what the best thing about the Staten Island ferry is? Nobody? It's free! Totally free for everybody! New Yorkers and visitors alike. You can take a free cruise boat, you go down to 5 miles over Staten Island back. But nothing. Take advantage of the free things New York has to offer. That many of them. So there it is, guys. That's not the only one. There are many of them. They run all day and all day. Big orange Staten Island ferry. This ferry terminal with the orange stripe. So the captain's giving us a little sojourn on the East River.
Yeah, we have it.
And there's a bridge in front of us, guys. We're not going under it, so we'll talk about it now. East River, completed in May 1883. After 14 years of construction, we're building that bridge from 1869 to 1883. It's a suspension bridge. One of the first bridges to use steel in its construction. If you look at it, you can see two stone Gothic style towers on the Brooklyn side and the Manhattan side.
Kids do not rock like that, bro.
When those towers were completed in the 1870s, they were the largest man-made structures in North America. Bridge built mostly by immigrants from Germany, Ireland, and Italy, getting paid about $2 a day for their work. If you have any people from those countries on board, maybe your ancestors helped build the
I went to
bridge.
school one day
Maybe not.
like that, yo.
Thank goodness most of us
They
make more than
noticed
$2 a
ever
day.
since, yo, all my life. I don't play, yo, my heart, man.
You'll be able to see
I
the
was
bridge
in
very well from
grammar
the
school. I
left
was so
side.
young.
Another bridge behind
lit up the
Brooklyn Bridge,
class.
the Manhattan Bridge, built in 1903. A third bridge behind the Manhattan Bridge, the Williamsburg Bridge, built in 1909. How would we remember those three bridges if we want to? Brooklyn, Manhattan, Williamsburg. BMW, guys! Those are the BMW bridges. The location of the bridges that you go up East River from lowest to highest point. I mentioned Dumbo Brooklyn earlier. Look to our left behind us now. You'll see a welcome sign. That is Dumbo, right near the Brooklyn Bridge on the Brooklyn side. I want to point out Wall Street, friends. It's a little behind us now on the right. You'll see a brownish building missing some windows. Yeah. To the right of the brown building, a white building with the scaffolding going up. In between those two buildings is Wall Street. Historic Wall Street in between. The brown building missing windows in the middle and the white building with the scaffolding. The financial heart of not only New York, not only the United States, but the world. Heliport to our right, guys. And no helicopters because they don't fly on something. But that's where our president lands when they come to visit us in New York City. Behind us, on our right. President Biden was here on Friday, so he landed there. 3 identical helicopters. They closed this whole section of the East River. You guys can take helicopter tours from there. Bring your credit card. It costs over $350 a person. About a half-hour ride. This first ferry terminal we're passing on our right is the oldest ferry terminal off Manhattan Island. Look at the glass on top. That's a hotel called Casa Cipriani, where the glass is. 47 suites, a restaurant and event space. Price for a suite for one night I read, $850. So we have Brooklyn on our left, the port of Brooklyn, where the cranes are, known as Red Hook. When the Queen Mary II comes to visit us here in New York City, that's where she docks in Red Hook, Brooklyn, on the left. The building to our left at the end of Governor's Island, which I'll talk about, that's the headquarters of the Men in Black, the MIB. Looks like it, right? Of course it does. But unfortunately it's not. That is a ventilation building for another tunnel running under the harbor from Lower Manhattan to Brooklyn. That brings air into the tunnel every minute or so. Goes from Lower Manhattan to Brooklyn. The Hugh Carey Tunnel. And to the right of the ventilation building is Governor's Island. Governor's Island to our right, a historic island, only 800 yards off the coast of Manhattan. A military base for most of its history. First for our Army, then for our Coast Guard. The military's gone now, and Governor's Island is a recreational destination. And it's all year round for everybody. So if you get tired of the hustle and bustle of Manhattan, you want to have a relaxing day, you can take the Governor's Island ferry to Governor's Island. The white ferry, not the other. Castle Williams never used as a fort, but it was used as a prison. So if you're familiar with Alcatraz in San Francisco Harbor, that's New York's Alcatraz, a prison on an island with a harbor. But like Alcatraz, Castle Williams is a museum today. No longer a prison.